This is the paper preview of 2024. Time zone 2. ASL paper 1. So the purpose of the video is for you to take a screenshot of the paper so that you can try the question yourself mainly. So question 1, there's a function, there's a graph. Oh, then they ask you stuff based on the graph. So here's the graph, here are the questions. Question 2. Okay, 3. But the problem of this year is I probably won't be able to make the solution like soon. So instead, after the paper review, I'll continue to talk about how I'll approach the questions. Well, this is then the questions. Okay, so if you want to try the question on completely your own, then you should stop the video after you take all the screenshot. But if you want to listen to how I would approach the questions, then you can stay. Here's the graph. There's a lot of graphs. There's, okay. This one not quite hard. 7. Oh, another graph. Alright. Then here are the questions. Question 8. Then 9. Some sort of sequence. So it's a mix of arithmetic and geometric. Part D and E. That's 4 terms. Yep, okay, so if you want to try the paper completely on your own, give yourself an hour and 30 minutes and stop the video now. Otherwise, I'll talk about how I would do each question. So first is you just look at the graph. So F4 is when x is 4, the value of y. And then FF4, there's f of 4. Right, so if you know, this means f of 4. And then inverse is the other way around. So inverse 3 means you look at when y is 3, what is the value of x? And then you draw the graph of the inverse, which is done by reflecting along the line y equal to x, right? So that's pretty straightforward. Then 2. So this is where it's very typical. It's basically come out every year, finding solution of a trig equation. So you start by memorizing the special angles. Tangent equal to 1 is one of the special angles. And then you need to use some method to find the second answer. So I usually use cast. There are different ways that you can use. And then you go on to solve for x, right? Because you'll have 2x minus 5 degrees, and it equal to the answers that you found. And then you add 5 and divide by 2 to find x, right? So supposedly that will give you some answers between 0 to 180. Three, like A should be straightforward. B is just seeing that 9 to the power of x is actually 3 squared to the power of x, which is actually 3 to the power of x squared. So if you take 3 to the power of x as m, then this is m squared. And so you just get the same quadratic as part A, so you can solve it like they have the same solutions. Then you can find x for, what is that? Oh, this is an equation of straight line kind of question. So you pretty much always do mx plus c. For midpoint, there's a midpoint formula in the booklet. Then you need to midpoint of AC. Also, the idea is the midpoint of AC would be lying on OB. So to find the gradient of OB, you can just find the gradient of O to that point. And then you can find the equation of the line. So what, given that OA is perpendicular to AB, find the area. Oh, then you can obviously find the area of this triangle. And then just times 2. Yeah, that's a weird question. Then what, some sort of tree diagram question. Species can nest. Okay, then you're supposed to fill in. Okay, so the key is for each branch, the total probability must be 1. Right, so this plus this must be 1. Okay. Then what? The probability of not nesting in spring and not in summer is 5/9. So this time this is 5/9. Then if you expand everything, you'll probably get this equation. However, y is 1/3. Y is 8/3 not a valid solution. Well, it's probably because probability cannot be bigger than 1. Okay. Then a rational function question. Horizontal asymptote. Well, if you know the answer, you know the answer. It's just the coefficient of x on top over the coefficient of x in the bottom. So it's y equal to 2/3. Let's gx be mx plus 1. Write down the solution. Oh, this one is quite hard. So that there's only one solution. I think you're supposed to kind of use the graph. So gx is mx plus 1. So it means the c value of the line is 1. So the y-intercept is 1. But the gradient can change. Okay, so when the gradient is positive, then the line go up. So it would be something like this. Then you can see how many solutions are there. Find the value of m so that there is only one solution. If you think about it, there's always at least one solution, because this point is already a solution. The line, the curve would definitely intersect at this point. So the only way that they have exactly one solution would be the line cannot cut the curve in any other places. I'm thinking you need a horizontal line or something. Yeah, so what's the gradient of that? And then determine the range so that there are two solutions. So like what? If it's positive, it will have 2. What if it's negative? Determine the value of m. There's only one solution. Oh wait, m can't be 0. Oh, the value of m so that there's only one solution is actually when it is a tangent line. It's when it's a tangent line. So you need to do differentiation to find the gradient of this point. Oh, then basically any value other than this value should have two solutions. Oh no, it's two solutions for x being bigger than 0. For x being bigger than 0. Oh, how is that possible? How is that possible? It's like this. So the gradient will have to be negative, but bigger than the gradient of the tangent case, right? Because if it's 0, then it's completely horizontal. If it's a tangent, then it will only touch at one point. So if it's in between, then it will cut the graph when x is 0 somewhere else. So that would give you two solutions for x being bigger than 0. Wow, this part is really hard for SL students. I think this question is shared with HL. I think so. Yeah, that's hard. Then it should be section B. Also, this is again the amplitude period kind of stuff. A is the amplitude, B is 2 pi over the period, C is the principal axis, which is like the middle line. So yeah, that should be the main thing. Then this question, show that the denominator is always bigger than 0. You do completing a square. When is f increasing? That's when the derivative is bigger than 0. But since the bottom is always 0, so you just need the top to be bigger than 0. So you just need 2x plus 2 to be bigger than 0. Then derivative equals 0. Then differentiate it again using quotient rule. And justified that the value of x found in BI is a minimum. Also, you just sub in the value you found in BI into the second derivative. And then given that f2, and they want you to find the original, that would be an integration question. You integrate this. Should be obvious you need substitution, right? And then equation of normal. Okay, that's not too bad. 9 should be quite hard. Arithmetic sequence, so the second term minus the first term will be the same as the third term minus the second term, because that's the common difference. Geometric sequence, so the second term over the first term will be the same as the third term over the second term. That's already 4 marks. First term above A, and then Q and T are 1. I guess you can just solve them simultaneously. Yeah, just use these two things. You might also need the fact that something squared is always positive, right? In the case of this, write down the first 4 terms. So you just write down the sequence are used to form a new arithmetic sequence. What? The first 3 terms is, how is that relevant to the previous part? I have no idea. new common difference. So you just subtract and then find the sum. Oh, this is just S10, right? It's the sum of the first 10 terms, so you just use the S10 formula for arithmetic. Okay, so question 9 is quite scary, but hopefully not too hard. So yeah, so now we should be able to use my hint to try the questions, and hope this would help a bit, because solution probably won't come too soon.